So now I would like to explain Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Very important theorem. So first I want to explain about Arthur Cayley and William Rowan Hamilton. Okay. So Arthur Cayley was great mathematician of 19th century who belongs to Britain, and William Rowan Hamilton was a great Irish mathematician as well as astronomer. Okay, so very interesting story about Arthur Cayley and William Hamilton. Once a time, Hamilton organized an international conference. Okay, so in 1848, Cayley went to Dublin to attend that conference. Okay, so both met at Dublin because William Rowan Hamilton did the work on quaternion on a number system of complex numbers, and Cayley was doing the work on matrices for 3 and 2 dimensions. Okay, so both gave the concept of matrices for n cross n dimension. So both developed the new theory known as Cayley-Hamilton theorem, which is very important. This is the concept of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, so what is the statement? Means now I will explain state and proof of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. So statement of the Cayley-Hamilton theorem is every square matrix satisfies its characteristic equation. Okay, so as we know in previous lecture, if A is any square matrix, so this is characteristic matrix and this is characteristic polynomial. Okay, this polynomial is in power of lambda. Okay, and suppose this is a square matrix. So we have seen in earlier lecture, for value of lambda means if we obtain characteristic equation, so this is a characteristic equation in terms of lambda. So both great mathematician Cayley and Hamilton proved that if we put here matrices A in the place of lambda, then this characteristic equation satisfied. Okay, so if we put in place of lambda is A, so this will be A square minus 7A plus 6I equal to 0. So this is the statement of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, so now I am going to prove of this very important theorem, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, so now proof of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, so as we know, statement is that every square matrix satisfies its characteristic equation. Okay, so first we will take a square matrix. So let proof, so let A equal to Aij is an square matrix of order n, is a square matrix. Okay, that is A equal to, in this form means expanded form, A11, A12, A13 up to A1n, A21, A22, A23, A2n. Okay, and similarly last row AN1, AN2, AN3 up to ANN. Okay, so this is a square matrix. Now we have in earlier lecture what is characteristic polynomial. So this is characteristic polynomial. So A minus lambda I, so we have suppose f lambda equal to mod of a minus lambda I. Okay, so this is called characteristic polynomial. Means this is lambda subtract all the diagonal elements. Okay, so a11 minus lambda a12 a1n a21 a22 minus lambda a2n. Okay, and similarly in the last row an1 an2 an minus lambda. So this is characteristic polynomial. So we can write here this characteristic polynomial like we have solved before. This is characteristic polynomial. Okay, so when we solve this determinant, so we get this, and this is called characteristic equation. So what is difference between characteristic polynomial and characteristic equation? I know if f lambda is characteristic polynomial, so if we put this equal to 0, so then this is called equation. Okay, so what is the difference between polynomial and equation? If we equate 0 of polynomial, then this is called equation. Okay, so here this is polynomial, and if we put 0, so then this is called equation. So first we write polynomial. So this is, since A is n order matrix, so this polynomial of degree lambda nth degree of lambda. Okay, so suppose this is p0 lambda to the power n plus p1 lambda to the power n minus 1 plus p2 lambda to the power n minus 2 plus up to so on in last constant. Okay, where p0 p1 p2 all are constants. Okay, so we will write here where p0 p1 p2 up to pn are constants. Okay, now we have for this polynomial characteristic equation. What is characteristic equation? So now characteristic equation of this square matrix is only this thing should be 0, means p0 lambda to the power n plus p1 lambda to the power n minus 1 plus p2 lambda to the power n minus 2 plus pn is equal to 0. Okay, so this is characteristic equation. Now we have to show this characteristic equation, means given matrix satisfying this characteristic equation. So we need to show, now we need to show that A satisfying this characteristic equation, means p0 a to the power n plus p1 a to the power n minus 1 plus p2 a to the power n minus 2 plus pn I, because this is in terms of constant, but here these are matrices. So in by the theory of matrices, addition of matrices, so here identity matrices. Okay, so here identity matrix is equal to 0 matrix. So we have to show this characteristic equation satisfying this thing. Okay, since A is a square matrix of order n. Therefore, we have here A minus lambda I. So order of A minus lambda I is also n. And cofactor of A minus lambda I means these are cofactors. If we calculate cofactors, so we have cofactors of A minus lambda I has maximum n minus 1 degree. Okay, therefore polynomial of adjoint of A minus lambda I has maximum n minus 1 degree. Okay, maximum n minus 1 degree. So let us suppose adjoint A minus lambda I equal to B0 lambda to the power n minus 1 plus B1 lambda to the power n minus 2 plus B2 lambda to the power n minus 3 plus up to so on plus Bn minus 1. Okay, where B0, B1, B2, B0, B1, B2 are square matrices of order n. Okay, now we have A minus lambda I into adjoint of A minus lambda I is equal to determinant of A minus lambda I into I, where I is an identity matrix. So how we find this result? So as we know, since A inverse equal to adjoint of A upon determinant value of A. Okay, this is nothing but if we put here adjoint of A equal to A inverse determinant A. Okay, on multiplying both the side by A, so A adjoint of A equal to A inverse I of A. Okay, so this formula we will use this formula here. Okay, so A adjoint of A is equal to identity matrix determinant A. So this is here. Okay, so now by using this formula, now putting the value of adjoint of A minus lambda. Okay, so A minus lambda I into what is the value of adjoint A minus lambda I? So this is B0 lambda to the power n minus 1 plus B1 lambda to the power n minus 2 plus up to so on Bn minus 1 equal to, and what is the determinant value of A minus lambda I? So it is equal to P0 lambda to the power n plus P1 lambda to the power n minus 1 plus P2 lambda to the power n minus 2 plus up to so on Pn. Okay, so this can be, since this is a matrix, so this can be written as determinant of A minus lambda I is nothing but this polynomial, and this is identity matrix. Okay, so now we will solve this. Okay, so here since this is an inequality, so since this is an inequality in terms of lambda, since this is an inequality in lambda. So we equate same degree of lambda on both the sides. Okay, so we equate same degree of lambda on both the sides. So equating same degree of lambda in both the sides. Okay, so now here two terms, means if we multiply a in whole, okay, and then this term multiplying whole term, so we get there are two terms, okay, like here one term single. So on equating same degree of lambda, so we get here a b0 n minus 1. So if we multiply lambda b0, so here we get lambda to the power n by multiplying lambda. Okay, so here first term means 0 minus, if we multiply this thing, so here we get lambda to the power n and b0i. Okay, b0i nothing but b0, and here p0i. So first term means coefficient of lambda to the power n. So we get first term b0 is equal to p0i. Okay, now second means coefficient of lambda to the power n minus 1. So if we multiply a, so a b0 lambda to the power n minus 1, and if we multiply lambda into this term, so we get lambda to the power n minus 2 into lambda, so lambda to the power n minus 1. Okay, so we get second term here ab0 minus lambda multiplying by this, so we get from here, so minus b1, okay, is equal to p1i. Now say if we take coefficient of lambda to the power n minus 2, so we get a b1 minus b2 equal to p2i. Okay, and similarly continuing this process, so in last term constant means 0 degree, so we get here a bn minus 1, and before this term by multiplying this we get 0, so here a b n minus 1 minus 0, okay, so equal to pni. So very carefully see here each term contain two terms. Okay, so now multiplying by an minus 1 up to ai means in first term by pre-multiplication. Okay, first term by a to the power n, and a to the power n minus 1 second term, and third term continuous means systematically this is first, second, third up to n plus 1 term. So we multiplying a to the power n, a to the power n minus 1 by first, second and third. Okay, so we get, and then adding, now multiplying by this thing and then adding, and then adding. So we see if we multiply a to the power n here, a to the power n minus 1 here, and then add, so since this term is 0 and this term is 0, so we see all terms cancelled. Okay, so here left hand side we get 0, okay, equal to here p0 an plus p1 an minus 1, because I is identity matrix, so no change by multiplication of this thing, plus p2 a to the power n minus 2 plus last pn I equal to 0. Okay, because 0 is left hand side. So this is the characteristic matrix, means characteristic equation I have given before. So this matrix satisfying characteristic equation. Okay, so in other words, P0 a to the power n plus P1 a to the power n minus 1 plus P2 a to the power minus 2 plus Pn I equal to 0. It means every square matrix satisfying its characteristic equation and is proved. Okay. The process of finding eigenvectors for two equal eigenvalues. Okay, so as we know, we have explained in before lectures, when all eigenvalues are different, so we have solved the problems of matrix. Okay, now I am going to explain a method how we calculate eigenvectors when two eigenvalues are equal. Okay, since I know if A is a matrix of order 3, then we get 3 eigenvectors. Okay, but when two eigenvalues are equal, then how we calculate eigenvectors? Okay, so this is very easy. So now this is a square matrix. A is equal to this thing. Then we calculate eigenvectors, means x1, x2 and x3. Okay, so how we calculate when two roots are equal? So first we calculate a minus lambda I equal to 0, means first we calculate characteristic equation, because when we find characteristic equation which is power of lambda, so first we calculate value of lambda. Okay, so this is equal to 6 minus lambda minus 2 2 minus 2 3 minus lambda minus 1 2 minus 1 3 minus lambda equal to 0. So this is a determinant of 3 by 3, so we can solve it easily. 6 minus lambda, 3 minus lambda whole square minus 1 plus 2. Okay, here minus 6 plus 2 lambda minus plus 2 plus 2, this thing 2 minus 6 plus 2 lambda equal to 0. Okay, so this is 6 minus lambda. This is simple manipulations. Okay, so 9 plus lambda square minus 6 lambda minus 1 plus, so here minus 6 plus 2 minus 4, so minus 8 plus 4 lambda plus here minus 4, so minus 8 plus 4 lambda equal to 0. Okay, now here 6 minus lambda, 9 minus 1 8, means lambda square minus 6 lambda plus 8. Here minus 8 minus 16, 4 lambda plus 8 lambda equal to 0. Okay, now multiplying by this thing, so 6 lambda square minus 36 lambda plus 48 minus lambda cube plus 6 lambda square minus 8 lambda minus 16 plus 8 lambda equal to 0. Now we collect in terms of lambda, so minus lambda cube, 6 lambda square, so plus 12 lambda square. Okay, lambda terms 36, here 8 lambda, these are cancelled. Okay, so here minus 36 lambda and constant term, so constant term 86 and 16, so 8 6 2 3. Okay, so plus 32 equal to 0. Now this is a very simple equation of degree third of in lambda. Okay, so we can write also by multiplying by -1. So lambda cube minus 12 lambda square plus 36 lambda minus 32 equal to 0. Okay, so as we know here, this is the equation of degree third in lambda. If here this equation of degree 2, so that was very easy. But we have any equation of nth degree. So every equation of n degree has exactly n roots. So how we calculate? So this is a very nice technique that is known as method of inspection. So first we see this is constant. Okay, so constant is 32. So first we take how many divisor of this constant. So first we start 1. So plus 1 minus 1 plus 2 minus 2 plus 4 and so on. So by inspection method, first we see 1. So if we put lambda is equal to 1, then 137, this is not satisfied. And similarly minus 1. So we put 2. So 2 cube 8, 48 minus 48, and here 72, 72, and here minus 32, minus terms. So these are minus 32. If we put lambda is equal to 2, this is 72 and this is 8. 72 plus 8, 80, and here 48 and 32, this is 80. So it means lambda is equal to 2 satisfied. So this method is called method of inspection. Okay, so since lambda is equal to 2 satisfied, so we divide by lambda minus 2. So there are so many methods of division. So this is a simple method, means lambda minus 2, lambda minus 2, lambda minus 2 equal to 0. So we arrange, this is lambda cube. So if we multiply here lambda square, so lambda cube minus 2 lambda square. But here minus 12. So we need minus 10 lambda. Okay, here plus 20. But we need 36. So plus 16. Okay. So now lambda minus 2 is common. So this is lambda square minus 10 lambda plus 16 equal to 0. So this is second degree equation, which is very simple to solve. Lambda square minus, so this is very easy, lambda minus 2 lambda minus 8 equal to 0. Okay, so here value of lambda is equal to 2 to 8. Okay, so here two roots are equal. Okay, so our aim is to obtain eigenvector, two eigenvector for the same root. Okay, so now let us suppose, let x1 is equal to x1, x2, x3 is an eigenvector. Okay, corresponding to lambda is equal to 2. So we have a minus lambda I x is equal to 0. Means what is a? So a is nothing but 6 minus 2, 2, minus 2, 3, minus 1, 2, minus 1, 3. Okay, lambda is equal to 2, so we put here 2 in diagonal elements 2. Okay, and this is x1, x2, x3 is equal to 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now we get 6 minus 2, 4, minus 2, 2, minus 2, 1, minus 1, 2, minus 1, 1, and here x1, x2, x3 equal to 0, 0, 0, means null matrix. Now our aim is to find the rank of this matrix. Okay, so in before lecture we have discussed and explained how we calculate the rank. So there are so many methods, but when we solve eigenvectors, so we have strictly used elementary transformation method. Means we used only two steps. We use here row operation only, and all the elements below the diagonal wants to 0. Okay, so first we see carefully this matrix. So here we have 2 common. Okay, so we divide 2. So you see these 3 rows are equal, because if we multiply by -1, so -2 1 -1, this is same thing, and -2, if we multiply -2, so I divide -2, so -2 1 -1. Okay, so R1 tends to R1 by 2 with negative sign. Okay, and these all the R3 tends to R3 multiplied by -1, because if we use row operation, so no problem, rank of matrix is same. Okay, so this is -2 1 1 -2 1 1 -2 1 -2 plus -1 here. Okay, here -2 1 -1, and also multiplying by -1, so -2 1 -1 means all the 3 rows are equal. Okay, equal to 0 0 0. So now R2 tends to R2 minus R1, R3 tends to R3 minus R1. Okay, so here we can write -2 1 -1 0 0 0 0 0 0 x1 x2 x3. Okay, equal to 0 0 0. So please see here, this matrix 2 rows have all elements 0. Okay, so rank of matrix A is equal to 1, and nullity is equal to 2. So since nullity is equal to 2, so we put two variables is equal to t, means -2x1 plus x2 minus x3 is equal to 0. We get here only one equation. Okay, so since nullity is 2, so x3 is equal to t1, x2 is equal to t2. So from here 2x1 is equal to x1, here 2x1 is equal to x2 minus x3. So x2 is t2, x3 is t1, so minus t1. So what is x1? x1 is equal to t2 minus t1 upon 2. Okay, so this is the value of x1. So what is the eigenvectors for these values? So eigenvectors are, we will write here, x eigenvector is equal to x1 x2 x3. Okay, so x is equal to t2 minus t1 by 2, x2 means t2, x3 means t1. So by addition law of matrix, this can be written as t1, so minus t1 by 2, 0 t1 plus t2. So here in terms of t2, t2 by 2, here t2, here 0. Okay, so if we add this thing, so we get t2 minus t1 by 2, t1 in second term t2, third term t1. Okay, so this is nothing but x1 and this is x2, means we get two eigenvectors from one eigenvalue. Okay, so for simplification we take t1 is equal to 2, so x1 is equal to minus 1, 0, 2. And here by taking 2, so another vector is t2 is equal to 2, so 1, 2 and 0. So we get here 2 eigenvectors. Now I want to calculate for lambda is equal to 8. Okay, so for lambda is equal to 8, a minus lambda in 8 I x is equal to 0. Okay, so what is a? So again we put in the matrices a minus lambda I. Okay, in this case our a minus 8ix is equal to 0 means we get 6 minus 8 minus 2, 2 minus 2, 3 minus 8 minus 1, and here 2 minus 1, 3 minus 8, and here x1, x2, x3 equal to 0, 0, 0. Okay, so here we get minus 2, minus 2, 2, minus 2, minus 5, minus 1, 2, minus 1, minus 5. Okay, so x1, x2, x3 equal to 0, 0, 0. Now our aim is to calculate the rank of this matrix by same method, means we will use only row operation, and our aim is to make all the elements 0 below diagonal. Okay, so how we make 0? So as we know here, first row 2 is common, so I'm dividing by 2. Okay, so we get 1. So we have 1, 1 minus 1, minus 2, minus 5, minus 1, 2, minus 1, minus 5. Okay, so what is the operation here? Dividing by 2 and multiplying by minus 1, x2, x3. Okay, now we need here 0 and here 0, so R2 tends to R2 plus 2 R1, and R3 tends to R3 minus 2 R1. Okay, so here 1, 1 minus 1, 2, 0, 2 minus 5 plus 2 minus 3, 2 minus 2 minus 3, minus 1 minus 3. Okay, and here 2, 0, 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3, here minus 2 minus 1 plus 2 minus 5 minus 3, x1, x2, x3, okay, is equal to 0, 0, 0. So here we see very carefully, means last three rows are same. So if we subtract this thing, so we get 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Or you see, if we divide minus 3 and minus 3, so we get 1, 1, and here 1, 1, and then subtract, so we get 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Because this is very easy, you did so many questions, so no need to explain here. Now here rank of this matrix is 2, so rank of matrix is 2, and nullity is equal to 1, means we put one variable is equal to t, means x3 is equal to t. So here equation x1 plus x2 minus x3 is equal to 0, and x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. So here since x3 is equal to t, so x2 is equal to minus t. Here x1 is equal to minus x2 plus x3, means x2 minus t, so plus t means 2t. So what is the eigenvector? X is equal to x1, x2, x3, x1, x2, x3. Okay, so this is x1 is nothing but 2t, x2 is minus t, x3 is t. Okay, so for simplification we put t is equal to 1. So this is 2 minus 1 1 for t is equal to 1. So this is another vector. So we get 3 vector. Okay, x1, x2 and x3. Okay, one is suppose 2 minus 1 1, and another 2 also we have got before. So one is minus 1 0 2 and another is 1 2 0. Okay, so we have seen here for two equal values how we calculate eigenvectors. So this is the method to solve this. Okay, so you can try for different questions. Okay.